Hey loves, it's Katie. I just wanted to take a couple of moments this morning to give you a little tutorial on how to actually export your contacts from your doTERRA back office and get them all ready to actually import into synduit or MailChimp or whatever service that you're actually utilizing to get information out to your contacts. Now, some of you might be in the space where you're still using your regular Gmail. That's totally fine, but I know there's a lot of you in here and in this group that are starting to utilize some other programs that are out there to be able to get the analytics and all of those different kinds of things from the different programs like MailChimp or synduit. And it's actually really easy to export these, but I wanted to walk everyone through it because it's been getting the question a lot lately. All right, so I am going to actually go ahead. I'm going to make sure I'm on the right. Yes. Okay. I'm actually going to stop having me on the screen, and I'm going to share my screen and walk you through the steps on how to do this. All right, here we go. So I am actually going to first pull up my doTERRA back office. Okay. And let me see if I can get this right. Okay. Okay, so let's see, where's my share screen? Okay, so I'm gonna actually go and I'm gonna pull up my doTERRA back office. And what I have actually done is I have gone in and I have gone to doTERRA.com. Okay, and I've gone to Wellness Advocate Services. I'm in my back office, my dashboard, and I've gone to Wellness Advocate Services. And once I go there, I go down here and I click on mailing labels right there, and that's actually where I'm at right now. Okay, so now once you get in here, you get to play around and you get to decide who you want. And what I love about this feature is you can exclude lists. So for an example, I know that some people on my team are already maximizing synduit. I don't need to worry about the people under them. They're already fully taken care of. And so if I was going to run my entire organization, I could exclude somebody that's in my downline. And I would just type that in this second box. It's pretty self-explanatory once you get in here. And you might just want to go in and play around and to create all the lists you want. I could also go down and say, okay, I know that under this person that I need to step in and I need to get some support. Maybe it's a lake where somebody was creating in doTERRA and now they're no longer creating in doTERRA. And so I want to make sure that those people under them are getting all the support and they're connected to all of our team resources. So I could actually put that person's information in that spot and they would be ready to go. Okay, so go in, maybe you only want to do a couple of labels, a couple of layers down. I always go into sponsor, but maybe you just want to pull out the people that you've enrolled. You could go in and you would hit sponsor, you would hit 1 up there, and that's only going to pull in people that you have personally enrolled, and then you would have your list. And there's lots of reasons that we would need these lists. Sometimes it's because of email reasons. Sometimes I just like to have a printout so I know who I need to be connecting with, my little checklist. Who do I need to be looking at, okay? So you can go in, and I'm actually just gonna pull up like a little spot in my organization that I have going on. Just to kind of give you an example, if I pull up my entire organization, it might get a little wacky and crazy, okay? Then we can go down here and we can do filters. So I actually don't want to filter it out by a specific rank. I want to go in and I want everybody to be able to be seen. So I have my final ranks. I'm going to put it over there. You can put on there, maybe you just want, you want to pull all the people that are not on loyalty rewards. So maybe you want to do a special promotion that's just for loyalty, the people that are not on loyalty rewards, and you want to reactivate them. So then I would click no. Maybe you want to see who's not active in your organization, who hasn't placed for a while, and you want to see that. Maybe you want to see new members or whatever that looks like. You get to choose. This is where you get to kind of play around. Then you can go through and maybe you only want to see a certain state. So for an example of why I would want to do this is this month this month, we're in May, we have a wellness summit coming up in the Des Moines area. And I want to make sure that everybody in the state of Iowa that I have on my team knows that there is a wellness summit. And so I could actually just pull those out and then send an email to those people as well. So lots of different ways you can play around with this. Here's one little thing that you're going to want to do is you want to update your report Okay, you want to update it with everything before you create. Okay, this is my biggest little tip here, because if you go ahead and create, it's going to be in there at whatever it was when you opened. If you have a default that you want to, again, make sure you update the report, then save the default, so that is back to where you want it to be each time you go into mailing labels. So many things that you can do with this. Okay, so now I'm just going to click the button and I'm going to create the mailing labels. And what it's going to do, I'm actually in Chrome. And so on Chrome, it comes down here. That's the browser I'm in. And it actually has exported it right here, detailed genealogy. And it exports it at a CSV file, which is a form of file that a lot of these programs like synduit and MailChimp, that's how they like to pull their data in to be able to work with your components. Okay, so CSV is actually really common. It's a common separated value, and I'm going to show you why that's important in just a moment. So you're just going to click on that, and it's, if you have Excel or numbers on your thing, you're going to oh, and of course it needs to be updated. We're just going to pretend that that didn't happen. Okay, well, maybe this isn't going to work today. I don't know why it would do that, because I just updated. Okay, so we're going to actually, I think that was just a weird message. We are going to actually go ahead and we are going to click on that, and we're going to pop open the Excel spreadsheet on there. Yeah, it was just teasing me on that. Okay, so I have some people that exported. It's a very small list on this one. I did that on intentionally, but you can see you've got your rank, you've got your email addresses, you've got their city, their state, their zip. So if you actually wanted to mail them a little love mail package and export them for labels, everything is right there. You can see their last activity date. So once you get it in Excel, you can sort and filter and do lots of fun things with it. What I'm going to show you, though, this is a little bit more of an advanced Excel feature that a lot of people don't know about, but what we're going to do is I'm going to actually click on in between these name columns, because to export I need the first name in one column and the last name in another column, because that's how those programs, synduit especially, and MailChimp, recognize your contact list, and that's how you can get them in. So I'm going to actually right click and I'm going to insert a column. Oops, actually I did it the wrong way. So you're going to want to highlight the column where you want it, and I'm going to insert a column, so that I have now made a blank column on column C, and this is always going to be the same thing that you're going to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually highlight the entire B column. Okay. And then I'm going to go up to the top, and I am going to go to data, and I am going to click on the text to, or wait, is that it? Yes. Text to columns tab. Okay. Now, once I get in here, it's going to convert text to columns. It's a wizard, right? So it's going to make it super easy. I am going to click that I want it delimited. So I am then, which means I'm going to tell it that every time it sees a space or a comma, and I usually do the comma and the space, not the space. You want to do the comma, because if you do the space, it'll, like if they have a business name, it'll cut it out too. So I'm going to have the comma right there, and then I'm going to click next, and I'm going to say that my column data on step 3 of 3 is going to be text. Okay, and then I'm going to finish. Okay, so when I did that, do you see what it did? Voila! It's separated, so I have first and last names. So then I'm just going to go up here at the top, and this is last name, and this is first name, and voila, I have everything I need now to actually export this into synduit. Okay, so I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to save my file, and we're going to save it as a comma separated value, and you want to make sure that is a Windows comma separated. Okay, so you don't want DOS, you want a Windows separated CSV file, and you're going to save. There's always going to be a little thing that pops up, and you're just going to hit replace. Okay, and it says it's going to continue. Okay, so now we have our file ready that we can actually export into or import into synduit, MailChimp, whatever program you're using. You would also have it here that you have all the emails and everything now that you could actually put this into your contact list, whatever that is that you're wanting to do with this, it's all ready to go for you now. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually go into your, back into your browser, and you're going to go into your synduit, your MailChimp, whatever account that you're using, or maybe you're just going to print that list off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my settings, and I'm going to go into groups. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to have my entire downline. I have an Iowa, Illinois team. I have a Des Moines Beyond the Basics. I have Polk City. I have a lot of different edits in here, and I actually have combined some of these, but maybe I want to add a group. So I'm going to put test group on here for just my purposes, and I'm going to add a group that I want. Now, maybe you want to have all of your new enrollments from April. You're going to send a welcome email to your entire team. This is a welcome to my team. I'm so excited you're here. Maybe you have your new customers that you want to keep track of, and you want to set up some of the campaigns in synduit for them. So now I've added this. Now I'm going to go back up to settings, and I'm going to go to subscribers. You guys, this is super easy once you figure it out, and I think this is going to be really big for a lot of you. Okay, so I want to actually import subscribers. I don't want to go in and add all of those people from before. That's going to be really time consuming. I'm going to choose my file, okay, and right here, bam, it's right there from today. I'm going to go find where it's at, and once I have it, I'm going to upload it. And sometimes that can take a little bit. And so what this did is, you can see it, it had labels on all the top. So this is, if you look, these are all the columns I had in my Excel spreadsheet: ID, last name, first name, address, city. I actually, for synduit, only need last name, first name, and their email address. So I'm going to skip this one, and then this one I'm going to put down, and I'm going to find my last name column. I'm going to find my first name column, and I'm going to skip all of these, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to find my email address. Okay, now once I've done all of that, I'm going to go down, and I'm going to find my group that I want to add these people to. Okay, and I have a test group, and then I'm going to just click import. And if all works right and I've done everything correctly, success! Your contacts have been imported and are now processing. Your updated list will reflect on your subscriber page shortly. Please check the error log to make sure all rows were imported successfully. So here I have this, and it's all ready to go. Now see, it's all there. So, and I can add to a list. And here's the cool thing about synduit, that if I actually had something going on in synduit, like maybe I have all of my downline, and every month I just want to add the new members, or somebody's already on the list, it's automatically going to just create one subscriber list in there. It's not going to, it's not going to duplicate where they would be receiving multiple emails. It knows how to keep them separate. And this is the same thing for MailChimp. So if you're like, hey, I'm not quite ready for MailChimp, I like to create, or for synduit, I like to create some of my own content, then I always go in and just do it as, then I highly recommend looking into MailChimp. MailChimp, you can have up to 5,000 subscribers, and it's absolutely free. So that might be something that you look into as well if you're looking for a way to maximize getting emails out to people and keeping these groups and keeping everything separate. Okay, so now the next thing I'm just going to show you really super quick is I might go in, say I wanted to send that person a campaign. Maybe I want to send them something for May, or maybe I want to send them, I'm going to do a webinar. Maybe I want to send them whatever. I would go in. I'm actually just going to go into one that I already have set up. So I have an Aroma Touch. This is just kind of a dummy one that I'm going to send it to. When you set up your event, it's going to show you a page, your event, your email list. It's going to show you this right here. And it's just down here, okay, I could pick that new group that I just created, and that's the group I could send these emails to. So this is where you would find that group to know where you're going to subscribe them to. So that's it in a nutshell, everyone. Super easy, super simple. I just wanted to walk everyone through that process. I hope hopefully this was really helpful for you, and now you know exactly how to go in and mess around with mailing labels. I do encourage you to go in and get some, just spend some time this week and go in and figure all this stuff out. One of my mottos right now in our business, and I talked about this on a call on Monday with some of our premiers and silvers and elites, is let's get proactive in our business and start treating our business truly like a business where we are constantly thinking of ourselves at the next level and putting into process these places and getting people connected to support and serving them in big ways. And mailing lists and knowing how to export and utilizing those features can be a really great way to maximize your time so that you're not trying to constantly get in contact and work with people all the time. I think our consumer base is changing a lot right now, whereas we might not always get to meet up with people for a wellness consult or a membership overview, but we want to make sure they're getting connected to those resources. We want to assume nothing, and we want to make sure that our teams are getting connected to all of this support proactively, right when they're enrolling and right when they're getting started, instead of waiting 6 months from now and being like, oh wait, that person wasn't getting the support I thought, and going back and trying to do it. And so these mailing labels are a big way that we can do that to make sure that all of our customer bases are getting covered. We're growing by leaps and bounds, and making sure that we have everybody covered is key in our business. So hopefully this video was helpful for you and you're able to utilize it this week as you go. If you have any questions, the synduit dashboard is amazing. MailChimp is really amazing, or you can get a hold of me, or actually just comment on this video, and we can all share together. So everyone have a great day. I'm going to hop off now and get on with a couple of other things, but I hope you're enjoying the first start of this fresh start of May. We have so many wonderful things going on. So I'll leave you now. I'll talk to you later. Bye.